Good morning. Wow, I traveled 5 hours. Good morning. Right, in the car with my wife and chief of staff, 2 women, just me. No control of the radio or nothing, just the steering wheel. Good morning. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, I figured out how to make things work. And I'm gonna do one thing to show you how it's done. I need every able body in this room to stand up just 1 second. Just stand up. You see how everyone stood up without looking to see if anybody else stood up? You stood up as a unit, as a team. That's how you get it done. You can sit down. That's how you get it done. Because if this section don't know what this section is doing, and that section don't know what that section is doing, the common denominator is the youth. They fall through the cracks. And when they fall through the cracks, they back in the penal system. If they're lucky, most of them go to the graveyard. And that's reality. This is reality. But I'm here to say, everyone in this room plants a seed in any youth you deal with. Even if you're in administration and you don't even get to see the youth, your job is equally as important. Because if I'm trying to get something done and I can't get the proper fundings, I have to come to you to be able to get the job done. So everyone in this room, job is critical. There's no big eyes and little U's when it comes to saving the youth. Everybody's job is critical. I deal with the youth every single day, Monday through Sunday. And I deal with the ones that literally carry the guns. I deal with the ones that would think you got money when you pull up at the gas station just to put gas in your car. Just imagine if someone approached you like that and they didn't have a mentor, somebody to mentor them, to get them mentally right, to know that you're a hardworking citizen and you deserve respect. That's what happens out there when you see individuals that do that. Some of them fall through the crack because the ball was dropped somewhere. We do a lot of group sessions. But my biggest, greatest results comes from one-on-ones. When you do one-on-ones, that's when you really find out about the individual you're dealing with. That's when you find out about they don't eat breakfast in the morning. That's when you find out some of them is being touched at home. That's when you find out about them where they don't care about life no more. Their father's not there in their life. Their mother's on drugs. When you do the one-on-ones, then you really get to understand the individuals you're making decisions on in their life. You need to know whom you're dealing with before you make a decision on them. This is serious out here in this world. That's why I'm proud to stand here and be able to speak to some of the decision makers. Is there any teachers in the room? Show of hands. Wow. Show of hands. How many of y'all understand the one-on-one syndrome? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you can have one child disrupt your whole lesson plan. And when you get them by themselves and say, why you do that? They say, oh no. In front of their crew, in front of their team, they got all the mouth, all the answers. And the moment you sit them down without no one around them, the little kid come out of them. They're coming to your facility, those that have facilities, and they will be rough and tough, and you read their records. They got tattoos on their face and everything will scream unredeemable. And the moment you put them in an environment that there's no obstacles around them where they can grow, you seeing the child come out of them. That's why you have to continue your work. Everyone is redeemable. Look at me. I was one of those youths running the streets, disrespect my family upbringing. Got caught out there and wound up serving 22 years in the penitentiary. I've been home 4.5 years. And since I've been home, I stopped over 7 homicides. I created June is Reentry Month. September is Inmate Awareness Month. And I created 10 steps on how to stay home, literally. It's a GPS. This is what I bring to the table. I am literally fighting for everyone in this room. Anyone that's ever been in a service, show of hands, military, anything. Okay, so then you will understand this. I'm the point man. The point man goes out while his platoon is behind him. And he looks to see where the danger lies at. And while they're walking, he made one move. He put his fists up like that. And everybody stops and get down. And he goes and surveys the land. He sees the snipers, he sees the grenades, he sees the mines, the trip wires, everything. Their life depends on this point man decision making. And for your wives that's waiting for the husbands to return, you're praying that the point man is on point. So when I come here, I'm telling you where the snipers are at. I'm telling you what's needed in the community. And it's every last individual in this room. Every last individual in this room to get it done. Everybody in this room has a say-so in saving a life in the community. Be it yours, mine, wherever. We're the human race. I had to learn that. And since I've learned that, this is what I bring to the table. Commitment, dedication, and I'm willing to work with anyone that's willing to get the job done. And my staff will tell you, and anyone that I deal with, I have zero tolerance for nonsense. People are losing their lives. Zero tolerance for egos to get involved. And we all know we deal with that all day, every day. I'm the boss and somebody got an ego problem with me. Are you serious? That's reality. That's human beings for you. But what we're trying to do here today, we're trying to revolutionize the reentry program, the youth program. This is what we're trying to do. Because y'all work hard that goes unnoticed. You don't get paid much. How many show of hands of that agree to that? You don't get paid much because it's from the heart. And those that get a mission knows what I'm talking about. When it's your calling to reach out and help people, you do it because it's in your soul to do it. It's not about a dollar. It's not about a dollar, because the people that come that's about a dollar don't stay long, they don't last long. When they come to a program, and this program has most people working there not making much, but they love being there, and then the individuals show up and their whole thing driven by a dollar, they last about 6 months to a year. About 6 months to a year. And we still standing there. Because one thing about the youth, they don't care until they find out how much you care. Once they see you care, because remember, when they first come to you, they're going to try you. They're going to test you. They're going to look for a chink in your armor. They're going to connive. They're going to be conniving. They're going to lie. They're going to manipulate. They're going to try to play you amongst each other. Well, Miss So-and-so said, Mr. So-and-so said, and y'all never even communicated with each other. And that's how they get dropped through the crack. That's how they fall through the crack. This right here is a beautiful gathering if you take advantage of it. This is nothing but network city in here. It's nothing but answers to all the questions you might have. Sitting right next to you, you don't even know yet because you haven't even answered the question. Somebody can stand up right now and ask a question that everybody in this room has been thinking. This is how you take advantage of an environment like this. And I understand in order to change, it has to start mentally. Because if I came home and you got me a job making $30 an hour, and 6 weeks later I'm fired, you would say, Tracey, why would you do that? You came home, we got you a job, because I never changed the mentality of how I see things. That's why I wrote my books, shameless plug. Mental mentoring. You know how I created my 10 steps on how to come home and stay home? Took me 12 years. It ain't just happened overnight. I created 10 steps. I saw the children that y'all deal with, their fathers and their mothers is incarcerated. I saw their fathers completely just go home and come back within 6 months after doing 10, 15 years. So I put together a list with 20 questions on it, and I asked each individual the exact same questions. And when they came back, I had to create a package for them, which is soap, deodorant, toothpaste, stuff that they're going to need when they come back. And I said, I'll give you this package if you tell me what happened out there, answer these questions. And I bought a black and white comprehension book and asked each individual the exact same questions. And at the end of 12 years, I poured out 10 steps to reentry. And I had 125 black and white comprehension books of pure knowledge of how to maneuver through society, what to do and what not to do. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a GPS on how to stay home. There's no one in the country has it. I'm the only one that has it, and I'm willing to share it with you. So when you sit with your youth, you have a GPS to give them now, along with the wisdom and the time you put in with them to teach them. Because it's just like your children. You raise them and you hope they do right. You send them out there and you hope they remember their upbringing. Well, that's the same thing when they come to your program. You take time out, you put time into them, and you see their growth and development, and when they leave, you say a quiet prayer and hope they make it out there. Now, you can attach, along with that quiet prayer to yourself, 10 steps on how to stay home. That is critical. It's an evidence-based program. I'm the evidence. I'm proof that it works. I am proof, living proof that it works. I never had one run-in, one incident with my parole officer. When I was released, when I got off of parole, he was the first one to call me. He said, Tracey, if I would have had more individuals like you on my caseload, I'd be out of business. Because here's what happens when you get the youth, when they come to you. They are already broken. That's the reality of it. And now you have to figure out what's broken on them, how it got broken, and then how do you fix it? And at the same time, while you're figuring all this out, they fighting you all the way. It's like when you're a child, your mother or father trying to get you to eat vegetables. You know they're good for you. You know they're good for you, but you don't like the taste of them. You don't want them, but they know you're going to need it, so later on in life, you can stand up and be strong, calcium and so forth. Well, this is the same thing you have to do when these youth comes to you, especially from broken homes, especially from poverty-stricken communities. You have to know their language. And if you don't know their language, you have to find someone that knows their language. So that way you can speak to them. Then when you go back to them, you know how to reach them. You can't go to China speaking English if they don't speak English over there and trying to get a business deal done. You're not going to be very successful. But you take an interpreter with you to explain, this is what I'm trying to do. That's the same thing when you're dealing with these youths. You have to know how to reach them. You have to know what to say to them. And if they come from a different background than you, then you can't use your background to get them because it's foreign to them. You're going to lose them even further. So you have to sit down. That's where the one-on-ones come from. That's where the common sense comes from. Where now you're sitting with a young man or a young woman and you're speaking to them about how to develop themselves. So when they leave you, they can face the obstacles that they left behind. Because you changed their mentality and their thinking, you didn't change their environment when they go back home. They go back home to broken homes. They go back home to fatherless homes. They go back home to drugs and alcohol environments. This is what happens when they leave you. So you want to prepare them the best way you can so they can be successful. You don't want to treat them like you in Detroit at the motor